Well, can't wait to see that one tomorrow. America's favorite wingman, brought to you by Applebee's as DJ Burns go the Wolfpack. DJ's increased his scoring production, as Bilas mentioned earlier, during this 9-game winning streak. He's just been phenomenal. He is a vending machine with the feet of Baryshnikov. He is a guy who can dominate a game. As we check in again with Christine Williamson.
Thank you very much, Rece. It's honestly a little crazy to think about the fact that a lot of people didn't know who DJ Burns Jr. was a few weeks ago. I like that Jay Will called him America's big man because he really has been the belle of this NC State Cinderella run. He's also secured a number of national NIL deals. He's gotten shout-outs from guys that are the next level of the NBA. He's also had NFL fans begging him to put on their team's jersey. He's obviously a guy of many talents, and that includes side hustles. You have a little side hustle, 2 vending machines total. How did you start getting into vending machines?
Honestly, that was Josh Dollard. He used to play at Auburn, played overseas for a while, and when I came back to Winthrop, we were just thinking, how can I make some cash, without doing anything illegal or, getting myself into trouble.
Obviously, everybody wants a side hustle, but I feel like the side hustle has to specifically fit the person. So if we go through some of your teammates, can you give us a side hustle that you think that they would have? Okay, let's start with DJ, the other DJ, Horn.
He's the guy who likes to get on that road, so, I see him doing something with some cars.
What about Jaden?
Jaden Taylor, oh, man, that might be a rapper right there. He's a total rock star.
And then finally, Casey.
Casey would probably be doing something with accounting on the side, fixing people's credit or something like that just for fun.
How did you start dabbling in rapping?
Honestly, I just used to play around with Fruity Loops and make beats when I was younger. Had all the little Metro Boomin kids and everything like that. And one day a friend came over and he just had like this, it's like he had these pads and a microphone, a little studio set up, and we just went at it. And then I guess word got out somehow, and I had my management team from last year decided that they wanted to, do a song together.
Going into the season, is this what your expectation was for your team?
Yeah, 100%. I thought that this would be where we would be at. Throughout the year, you have the opportunity to doubt yourself, and luckily we didn't change.
Can you do it now?
Summer's mine, winter too, popping bottles in the club. That's what winners do.
Yes.
There you go. NC State, ladies and gentlemen. That is Jay Bilas' side hustle.
Some of these young Jeezy lines are stored in that dome. That's impressive.
We know Bilas' side hustle. Delighted to be joined by the flatbread king of Spokane, Sean Farnham here.
It's my claim to fame. It's all I got, Rece. It's all I got.
Sean, great to have you
Popping
with
bottles, the flatbread king.
Some of us are here, others are down here.
And DJ Burns is up here. I mean, impossible to be more charismatic than he's been through this tournament run. Yet he's also been crazy effective for the Wolfpack.
He's incredibly effective. The way Kevin Keats uses him is absolutely incredible. On the right side of the floor, it's a back down. And when he back downs, he's either going to score it or make a play for his teammate. But it's the post action around him, to me, that's so unique. They're going to pin down, and he's going to set a pin down. He can catch it anywhere on that side of the floor. Once he catches it, he's going to look middle all over his right shoulder. Look at the action off the basketball. That's what I call the post action. All right, you're going to see a potential slip. You got 3 and 4 guys away from the basket. Now DJ Burns is going to probe the middle of the floor. Look at the wire underneath the basket. He's working to the middle, so they're working underneath him behind the play. Boom, he scores it. Now here's the exact same action. Post up, off the lane, catch, read. Look at the spacing. 3 and 4 guys out. A little bit of action off the basketball. Now he's going to work to the middle of the floor. Up, here comes a double. Here comes a double. What is he going to do? He's going to read the open man. This time, the Ira comes underneath the play. He's the open man. A little back action, catch, and finish. Their other favorite action is zoom action, which is basically a screen down to a dribble handoff. It's a 5-4 zoom action. Watch right there on the weak side. Diarra is going to set the screen down. Here comes the dribble handoff. Off the dribble handoff, the goal is to make 2 guard you. Either score or make 2 guard you. That's exactly what Horn does, going to his right hand. And there's the big fella coming out. All right, he draws 2. He can kick out for a 3, or you got the roller right there for Burns. So he's an elite passer. He can get to the middle of the floor and score off of the right block. He puts the defense in a conundrum. Do you double him? If you double him, they got a solution because of their post action. If you play him man-to-man, he's going to score.
You know, my friend back here is asking a really important question. He yelled, what's he going to do against Zach Edey? Now, I don't think Armando Bacot's a strong man. We saw him kind of get back down. That's not happening with Edey, I don't think. Anyway, so what is he going to do against them?
I think he's going to struggle. I think he's going to struggle against the length, and maybe even more so the concern is what happens at the other end of the floor. When he gets into foul trouble, and he's been better because of conditioning, and Coach brought up the other point that they've backed off their point of pickup in their attack to get away from downhill drives. Well, the point of attack is going to be Zach Edey in the middle of the paint. And if he picks up a couple of early fouls, that takes away all the stuff that he does so well at the offensive end of the floor for North Carolina State during this run.
I'm gonna tell you, he reminds me of Zebo. I've been saying this for the last several weeks. I played against Zach Randolph when he was in college at Michigan State. Played with him via AAU basketball. With the way he moves his feet, I think that turn and face. I know that we've seen him do a lot of back downs. I think the turn and face, because he could knock down that mid-range shot, might be something interesting to see too, what Zach Randolph was able to do. And I think how he can attack. And I think once again, like Zach was great at utilizing ball fakes. I think when you go against a guy like Zach Edey, you can't just try to power through or just a first shot. You got to make him work. You talk about like that footwork. What was the footwork reference you gave again? He was a vending machine with the footwork of who?
Rishnikov.
There you go. Like, you got to utilize that. I just want to hear you say it again. And by the way, the ball fakes, I think you got to utilize that to try to get Zach Edey in foul trouble and get him to bite on a lot of that footwork.
It's going to be hard if he catches it way off the lane, and it's going to be really hard to back Zach Edey down close to the basket like he does with other players that are 6'9", 6'10". You know, you're doing that against 7'4" and over 300 pounds. That's going to be a lot more difficult. And, you know, you have to stay on his right shoulder because he's left-handed, and he does a great job with baseline spins. But I think Edey, when he guards him, just has to make him shoot over. Like, I'm actually a believer in the play him one-on-one. Because it's just a two you're giving up. And he's not going to make all of them. Like, he's efficient, but he's not going to make all of them. What you don't want to do is have him picking you apart and then give up some open threes as a result of it. The important part is you've got to be efficient on your offensive end and score. If you can limit it to when it's just DJ Burns playing, that kind of takes DJ Horn a little bit out of it.
Yeah.
And Michael O'Connell, they're not hitting threes and running as much stuff. I think it's actually one-on-one is the best way to go about it, but you got to score on your end. That's the most important thing.
Our producer, Cabman's wanting us to wrap, but I want to ask this because I was curious as you said this. If you're Edey, and Burns can shoot, how far out would you go out and guard him? Because if you get Edey away from the basket, that's advantage North Carolina State. How far would you send him out?
Well, if you get him away from the basket playing him one-on-one and a back down, it's not a problem. I would go right with him. And you're not guarding him to take a three. That's not the point. He's going to have his back turned to you, and then he's just going to try to back you down. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of dribbles to back Zach Edey down. That's a different deal.
He's not going to get on one side. Zach Edey's going to square him up and gap him so that he's staying between the ball and the basket. He wants you to lean on him. Once you lean on him, he knows where you are, and then bam, he's going. Zach Edey doesn't have to do that. He's going to stay square between the ball and the basket.
Seth, I like your one-on-one instruction. There's a sign behind you that says that you're a golf and tennis instructor at Long Beach State.
I was a golf and tennis instructor.
She was in a
pretty bad one, but you got an A, I'm sure.
Ma'am, what did you get? What grade did you get? Did you pass? An A?
Everyone got an A.
Everyone gets an A.
Everyone got an A.
Here's an A for you, and an A for you, and an A for you.
She wants a refund on all the golf balls she hit to head out of bounds.